Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to be back in Coventry again. And you get me on a run of, actually, tomorrow will be the 8th inspection that I've led under the latest revisions to the Ofsted framework since September. And today I thought we'd share together what's emerging in terms of how we're now, as inspectors, using the time we've got with you in schools, and particularly the time during visits to lessons, use that terminology very carefully, visits to lessons, to get a bigger picture, as you'll have heard, of children's progress, children's achievement, and their attitudes and behaviours over time. That's not to say that we're expecting all schools to model that approach, but inevitably now, and undoubtedly you'll have been talking about it in your schools, and I'm embarrassed to say it's taken 21 years to get here. Ofsted and probably the nation therefore has recognised it's more than just about what happens in 30 minutes. And that's what we're going to start thinking about today. And I'm delighted that the school's made available just some extracts of children's work. I arrived about 30 minutes ago. I've had a chance, because I didn't know whether I was going to intrude or not, to look at every child's book around the table, and also a sample of files over there. So I've looked at some, but I've probably looked at more of the work than you've got as well. But when we've seen the sort of extract, let's begin to think about not only what we see during the next 25 minutes or so, but almost, if you want, two scenarios. Already what you're picking up about progress, about achievement, about attitudes in the work sample, and therefore whether or not what we see in the next 25 minutes is representative of what we appear to be seeing over time, and vice versa. And I'll share with you some examples since September of where the work sample has been more influential and more informative in terms of my judgment about progress and attitudes on some occasions than the experience. And on some occasions, the experience has appeared to be more informative than the work sample. But of course, at the end of the day, we bring the two together, and increasingly now don't make necessarily a judgment directly about teaching, but indirectly about its effectiveness on progress, achievement, and attitudes to learning. And we know, don't we, if we've got children in the right zone, if they're interested, and hang on to this, I say regularly to leaders in schools, if children are interested and they're challenged sufficiently, they'll learn and they'll make progress. How teachers do that now, entirely up to them. So let's bear all those things in mind tonight and see where we are in sort of 30-40 minutes in terms of talking about effectiveness over time in terms of progress, achievement and attitudes to learning. And we'll finish by just drawing together the strengths that are emerging and any areas for development. And that, of course, mirrors now very much the way Ofsted provides feedback to teachers in schools. Okay, enjoy the session.
Okay, girls, come in, sit yourselves down in your seats. In front of you, you will find a sheet. Okay, there is a term on the board: digital divide. In this top section of the sheet, I want you to write down what you think you know about that term, digital divide. Okay, so just give you a minute. If you're not sure, have a guess. If you really don't know and know nothing, write nothing. Okay, but have a go. What do you know about the term digital divide? Something that splits, okay? Thinking about the word divide, we've got some ideas. What we've got here? Okay, lovely. So we've got a lot of not sure's. So hopefully, by the end of our little lesson, we will be able to explain what digital divide is, to define it. We will be able to look at the causes and evaluate them. Okay, that is the plan. On your desk, in front of each of you, is a card. Pick it up, look at it. On here, there is a scenario. What I would like you to do is read through your scenario. Don't look at each other's. Sneaky. Okay? Look at your scenario, and I want you to say, or think first of all, so have a think, minute, how has technology impacted on your life? So you are the person on this card, okay? Oh, I want to be this one. She's 23, okay? So have a look, see who you are, and then have a think, how has technology impacted on you? Sneak in. Okay, so have a look and think, how has technology impacted on you? So have a think. Okay? You can see our brains whirring. Okay, now, with your partner, I want you to discuss with the person next to you, how has technology impacted on your life? Okay? Don't tell them who you are, just say what impact you think that it's had and why. So you've got 2 minutes to have a chat with the person next to you. What impact do you think technology has had on you? Okay?
There is internet, like I can have internet and I can have phone, but my mum and my parents speak English and my phone. So just manually. Something like mobile phone. I use computers. I use computers all the time. I studied computer science in university and I was a degree, and now I'm like a media analyst company. Like I do their research. It's like a job.
Right, okay. So let's have a look at what we've managed to come up with here about this. Okay? Oh, ignore that. So, who's going to start? Caitlin. Okay, what impact do you think it's had on you? As the person?
I feel left out, so I don't really get to enjoy things with friends.
Oh, why's that? I feel sad for you.
Because it's not like I'm really
Why does that stop you using technology?
transport confusing.
Okay. What effect do you think that's going to have on your life?
I can't complete schoolwork or contact friends when I leave them.
Okay. So, different impacts. Okay. Ilaki, what have you got?
I've got a person who doesn't know how to speak English, and but she can't actually go. She uses the internet. She quite enjoys using the internet, and she goes on the computer a lot. But the only thing is she can't actually go into all the websites because it's fully written in English.
Oh, okay. So there's some problems there. And Kanza, what have you got?
I've studied a course in computer science at university, and I work for a major electronics company and do their research.
So what impact has it had on you?
It's my whole job, my whole life.
Okay, so positive, negative?
Positive.
Why positive? What's it allowed you to do?
To find a job and study at a university.
Okay, so it's given you lots of opportunities. So, have a quick think. Why do we think the impact's different for different people? So have a think. Lily, why is the impact different for different people?
Well, it depends on the age range, really, depending on whether you grow up with all this electronical stuff.
Okay, why do you think growing up with technology makes a difference?
Because some people that are brought up with technology can't, or they can live without it, but they would struggle. Because it just takes up their whole life, really.
Okay, what about people who are older then, who've no experience of it? Why do you think, Ellie, that these people struggle with technology?
Because if you've grown up with something, then it's not like a natural thing for you to use.
Okay, it's not a natural thing. Pass it to somebody you think can add to that.
Yes. It would probably be more difficult to use because they aren't used to using anything like it. So it would be completely new for them. And it would be difficult because a lot of jobs nowadays use lots of computer and technology related bits. So it'd be harder for them to be able to use technology.
Okay, good. So, what is a digital divide? Lucy, since you were the last one, you can pop up to the board. Let's have a think then at some key words that we think might explain what the digital divide is. Beth?
Whether you have technology or you can't get technology.
Good. So technology, whether you've got it or not. Okay. Pass it to somebody else.
Whether you've got access to it.
Good. So access. Nice. Like it. Pass it.
Ria.
Do you want to pass and come back? Melina's going to pass it back to you though. So get thinking.
How different people use it, how they use technology, and like how different people from different countries use it.
Good, so we've got countries there, different people, countries. So we've got those included. Who are you passing it back to? Ria.
How often people use it.
Good, so things like how often as well. Okay. So using some of these keywords and the ideas that we've got, I want you in your books, please, to put a heading of digital divide, and I want you to use those keywords and expand them to give us a definition of what the digital divide is. Okay, so heading of digital divide, and then take some of those keywords. Beautiful, thank you, Lucy. Take a seat. Okay, so use some of those things that we've talked about, that we've looked at, and put together a definition. Okay, do you want to read yours out for us, Georgia? Okay, so just listen up while Georgia's going to read this out for us.
Digital divide is a separation between groups of people with or without access to technology.
Okay, good. Can anyone take anything from what she's done? Don't think of what you can add to yours. Sabina, can you think of anything you can take from that you've not added?
The impact of technology is different for different kinds of people.
Good, so the impact use of that is good. Well done. Can anyone think of anything Georgia can add to hers that they've done? We're all beavering away. Ria, can you think of anything to add?
So the separation of people due to technology, whether it would be how they use it or if they can access it.
Oh, nice. Like your distinction there at the end. Lovely. Zena, you got anything to add to what Ria said? You happy with that? You think Ria's quite impressive? Yeah? Okay, what do you like about Ria's?
She's like explained it in detail, but I mean she said like where and how often. Yeah, so
Good, so she's drawn on the keywords and she's looked at the different things. Right, okay, so hopefully, let's have a quick thermometer. Who thinks they can define what digital divide is? Thermometer? Okay. Looking all right there. So, we've done this. And we've done that. Right, bit of true or false. Get your cards out. Laminated, no expense spared. One side true, one side false. Okay? If you think it's true, hold up true. If you think it's false, hold up false. I don't need to tell you this. Right, first statement then. In Africa, internet connection costs 40% of the average wage. So however much somebody earns, 40% of it they have to pay to use the internet. Okay? Show it. Let's have a show. Have a think and a show. You're not sure? Have a think first. Okay. Let's see. Who's got a false? Got a false here. Okay. Kanza, why have you said false?
It doesn't sound reasonable. It sounds really big, like a big amount of money to pay for internet.
Go. So you think it sounds too much? Okay. Why did you say true, Sophie? Oh, okay, so their financial state. So why do you think that might make it more expensive?
Well, their wages would be a lot more, so 40% would be a lot.
Yeah, that's good. So their wages are smaller, so you'd expect that they've still got costs to cover, I suppose. Yeah, that would be good. Do you want to change your mind, Kanza? No, you're standing firm. But who else said false? Oh, are our arms aching or something? Why have these come down? Can't remember everybody's. Crikey. Do you want to change your mind, or do you still think it's false?
Me?
Yeah.
I think it's false because not every part of Africa might have internet connection. And why would they need internet anyway? Not every part, but like some parts, why would they need it if they don't even have schools?
Oh, okay. So you think there's a big link there between if you're not educated. That's an interesting one. The answer to that, pat on the back if you said true. That is true. 40% of their wages they have to spend on internet, okay? Why do you think that's relevant, Zena?
Because Africa isn't as developed as our country is, and 40%, well, technology costs a lot, so 40%.
Okay, and how does that relate to digital divide? You're not sure? Kanza's busting to tell you. She can't wait. Go on, Kanza.
If it's more expensive, not many people would want to buy it.
Good. Not as many people can want to buy it. What happens to the digital divide, Beth?
It divides people that can and can't.
Exactly. A bit more dividing can and can't. 50% of the population of the world will have internet access by the end of 2013. True, false? Don't rush. If you want to have a think about it, think about it. Girls, have you made your decision? Happy with that? Yeah. Sophie, you've said false. Why? You think it would be less than that? Okay. Somebody said true. Lucy, you said true. Why?
Because I think a lot of people would have internet access.
So do you think it would be that amount higher? Did you expect it to be higher, lower? Or are you happy with that amount?
Around that time.
Do you think 50% is a lot?
Yeah.
Do you think it's a lot? Okay. How many people in Britain do you think's got internet access?
I don't know.
Don't know. See if we find out in a bit. Okay. So here's a new. Almost all 99% of 16 to 24 years old will use the internet, compared with 37% of adults aged 75 and over. True or false? Okay, Lily, you said false. Why?
I don't really know.
Not all 16 to 24 year olds have the privilege to use the internet.
Okay. Yeah, so you think actually that figure's too high. You said true, Nadia. Why?
Because I'm expecting that people who are older are less likely to use the internet than people who are 16 to 24.
Okay. The answer to that is again that is true. So well done. Did I tell you the previous one? I didn't, did I? The previous one should have been false, because it was 40%. Who said false for that one? Well done. This one should have been true. By the year 2000, 50% of all websites in the world were in languages other than English. Caitlin, we've got a false. Why?
Because I don't think that it was really thought about in 2000.
Okay. Okay. You put true. Why?
Don't know now.
Do you want to change your mind based on what Caitlin said?
I don't know, because now most of them have got more languages, but I don't know about 2000.
Okay, so we're not sure because of the figures, okay? That is false, it was actually 20%, okay? And then men are more likely to use the internet than women. Not in our school, but you never know. What do we think to this one? Okay, why do you think it's false?
I don't know, because now, these days, it's not like, because it used to be like men did all the work and women stayed at home, but now it's both.
No, we've got girl power.
Yeah.
Okay, you said true. Why do you think it's true, Zina?
Well, I think women like to socialise a bit more, and I think, well, loads of people like to socialise on the internet, but I think men do it more often.
Okay, we've got better things to do than use the internet, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. Okay, 30% of disabled adults never use the internet compared to 77% non-disabled. Do you think being disabled makes a difference, really? Do you think being disabled makes a difference, Nadia?
Yeah, because if they might not be able to go out and buy the technology or access the technology.
Okay, and you're absolutely right, that is true. So, this is what we have found out, okay? What I want you to do, and our colours are a bit dodgy, but we're going to have a little bit of a chat. I want you to think then, look at those figures, pick something that surprised you, and why were you surprised, okay? That's the green task. Everyone needs to have a go at that. We've got an amber task here if you're feeling that bit more confident, if you're aiming for those A's and B's. Any reasons why do you think actually the results were different to what you expected? And red, which we can't see at all, is if you can add anything to it. So if you think, I've got a right little gem here of a fact that I want to tell Miss. So if you think you can add to it, or add any information that you know about, then that's a red, and I'll be super impressed at that, okay? So 2 minutes, you can have a think, you can have a chat with the person next to you about what they think and what they were surprised about. So remember, minimum everyone, what surprised you and why, and if you can think of any reasons why they were different or any additional facts, okay, you can add to that. So 2 minutes, have a think and have a chat with the person next to you.
I thought it'd be more than that.
No, don't need to write it down, that's fine, you just carry on with that, that's brilliant. Excellent point. Yeah. What have we got here,
Actually, I thought it was 40%.
We'll have internet.
Which country's not?
population, 7 billion people.
Oh.
And that's 40% of that.
Right, okay, let's have a listen to what some of us have come up with then. I'm going to come and ask you, Katie, because you've got a lovely answer here. So let's share it with everyone else. What surprised you?
Men are more likely to use the internet than women.
Okay.
Because I don't, it seems more of a woman thing to use the internet, as there seems to be buying the exam now for shopping, news section, then kind of when women goes in, like men seem to sort of dominate jobs more now than stuff, and they're tending to use computers more in workplaces now.
Okay, good. So it shocked you, but you've got some reasoning behind it. Yeah, good. I liked that. Caitlin, what about you?
The second one, because when you think about 40% of the population, you think about most of the higher up countries, and then you forget about all of the other like smaller countries or less like up to speed with technology.
What impact do you think it has on these countries not having technology?
They might not be able to get as good as an education because they can't access like all the websites and have to work from textbooks.
Okay, yeah, so education, big impact. If they've not got the technology, we use it all the time. We're doing computing, we wouldn't even do that if we didn't have the technology. So I suppose, yeah, education it has a big effect on. So, next thing then, in front of you, we've got some nice pink cards. Ta-da! You've got them in your pairs. What I want you to do is pick out 4 things that you think cause the digital divide. So using the figures that we've looked at, using the information we've considered, 4 things that you think cause this divide. What are the 4 things that you think are the causes? Okay? Once you've done that, I want you to order them. Which do you think is the biggest cause? What do you think is the main reason why this digital divide exists? That goes at the top, work down to the reasons you think this is not as big an issue. So what do you think is the biggest cause of this digital divide? So write your 4 causes on your cards, and then I want you to look at ordering them, please. Everyone clear? Yeah?
You might not even really know about technologies. Because if you've grown up with it, you're not going to know.
Girls, I'm going to put it back as well to some of these figures that we've had, so you can have a look, see if you can use any of those to help you if you're not sure.
How are you going? Wow, one mark.
So remember guys, once you've come up with these, I want you to order them. Which do you think is the biggest cause? What is the main thing that's caused this? isn't it? What have you put at the top?
Financial services.
Okay. But even if you can afford it, what if you don't speak the language?
Well, it's got to be there.
Is it still worth having? Oh, the trauma.
People register for it too. You just have to use the internet.
I'm getting it on Friday.
For example, people have had sex to park to okay. And stuff. But we can, but see this.
Yeah, so what do you think I've got one?
Financial status, I think we can't afford it. The only thing we've got over there.
Do more. So you look at this look at this down. That's okay. Look at this
Right, okay. Let's have a little perusal of what we've come up with. Okay, so Ellie, which have you put at the top? You've put wealth. Why do you think that's the biggest cause? Okay, anyone who put wealth or poverty or something to do with finance? Okay, girls, you put something different. What did you put?
The price of it.
Price, so I suppose links. We all think that's the most important. Nobody put... Ooh! Girls, what did you put?
Access.
What do you mean by that?
People might have the money to buy the equipment, but it's not available in their country, so they can't buy it.
Good, so is it all about whether you've got the money as a person or whether the structure's in place for you to have it? So that's a nice thing to think about. Lucy, what did you put bottom?
Disability.
Why do you think that's at the bottom?
Because it doesn't really specify what kind of disability. Because like you can be like disabled with your legs, and that might not greatly affect whether or not you can use the internet or not.
Okay, so you think it's not as important because it doesn't affect people and it might not affect everybody. Yeah? Anyone disagree with that? Did anyone put disability higher up? No? What do you think, Lily? You think it's all about the amount of people that it affects? Yeah? Okay, what if you were disabled? Would you change your arrangement?
It would depend on the disability, because there's mental disability, physical disability, with mental disability depending on the disability.
Okay, so again, you think it all depends. Okay? Okay, so we've got some different ideas here. What about language? Who thought language was important? Why did you think that was important?
Because they cannot, people that speak a different language may not be able to understand the information on the website if it's all in English.
Why is that not more important than wealth then? Because surely even if you can afford it, you can't speak the language, why is that not more important? Have a chat with Zena, see if she knows. It's a deep chat. We're doing well.
You can always learn a language. So I think, well, is at the top.
Okay, so you think that you can always learn it, so, okay, just being devil's advocate. It's fine, there's no right or wrong answer. So, fingers crossed. We have 3 minutes. I want you to write down on your sheet what you now know about the digital divide. Hopefully it's not nothing, otherwise I'm going home. Okay, so bottom bit of your section, write down what you now know about the digital divide. Bearing in mind the 3 objectives that we had at the start, have a look at them, see where we're at.
Stop there.
Okay. Do you not want to see if they can do it?
No, we don't need to see any more. Thank you very much indeed. And thank you, Year 10. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
I've got you off the wood then. Come on.
Thank you.